Mic check, mic check. Hold on. Hello, hello. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, baby. Here we go. Here we go. Good evening, good morning. How's it going, everybody? And welcome to my live session. Just up for a few. Probably wouldn't normally be up at these points, but we ended up making our way on. Just wanted to go ahead and get a live session going on, seeing how everybody doing, how their weekend been, depending on where you are. How was your day? Probably go ahead and read off a couple things in the news. Probably for a few. Uh, been sitting up here, been training, getting regular everyday schedule together, trying to commit to that same schedule. So it's all said and done. Let me see. Give me a few guys. I had to get comfortable real quick, but I'm back in. So been a crazy week. What's going on, Steve Lighten? How's it going? Appreciate y'all for liking the live. If y'all are in here, please make sure you subscribe to Frank Greatness channel, and make sure you also like and share. How's it going? How's it going? I'm doing well. I can't complain. I can't complain. Life just be life. And we all trying to get through. That's all. Shoot, I've been trying to set up myself up with physical therapy and such. So things been taking its time. Appreciate y'all liking. Appreciate y'all. So yeah, I've just been going back and forth physical therapy, work schedule, you court dates and everything. So everything runs its course. There's nothing more you can honestly do, but besides dealt with the hands that you always been given, literally and physically. So probably a few things I probably want to touch on, but trying to get my quote unquote laptop to work. So and again, and again, hello Steve. Like I said, thank you for joining. Make sure you subscribe. But yeah, it's been one busy week. Starting off anyway. Again, I'm probably going to have a workout session. Probably later on today, maybe so here on YouTube. If anybody is interested in joining me, that is one thing I'm definitely going to be doing. Another thing is to also be streaming also on multiple different platforms also as well. So if I via Kick, via TikTok, Here's also another thing. We were trying to stream on Instagram, but for some technical difficulties, we had to get a bug defused or whatever. But yeah, literally, there's going to be at some point in time, I will be going live also on IG as well. So if you are, please make sure you follow me on other social media platforms in order to stay tuned to most of my content that I relatively drop via fitness, wrestling, or even just on a daily quote of motivation. So, but yeah, guys. And if you are, you could tell me what region of area you are in, and also too that, like I said, we can all just say we connected from whatever area we are. And again, like I said, you are from another either country. I'm from the so United States. So again, uh, I'll be doing a Patreon live session. I will be promoting also as well my Patreon, which is the dedicated to my fitness content journey, my fitness journey, per se. Again, if you are greatness subscriber and you've been on the journey since my channel first began, you can see all of my various content from uh, different fitness workouts and different fitness areas. So that's also another, if you like I said, another point of interest. If you are also highly interested in becoming a greatness community, then like I said, subscribe to my Patreon. There should be a link in my description. So yes, and like I said, still make sure you subscribe also too. It also helps out. And so I'm gonna be going on to a few tangent topics probably at hand per se. What we got here? What we got here? I usually hate when I try to go ahead. Well, how'd you win the arm wrestling contest? Let me hear you. I used to do a various amount of those throughout high school. I know it's a funny story. Um, I used to actually go on ahead and beat most of the security guards that were in my high school when I was in high school. Bike machines. Oh wow. Yeah, I was 17, 18. Most of the security guards were probably like in their what early 30s, maybe somewhere. I couldn't really tell. 'Cause like I said, I was high school. I wasn't really um, remembering all too well of that. But yeah, I hadn't done too much arm wrestling within the last couple of years. It was probably with the boys, yeah, but nothing else crazy per se. Um, what we used to always do. We used to do wrestling competitions. Again, all that stopped once we hit in our 20s. There used to be so many things we used to go ahead and honestly do. It was pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie, but again, that was when we were boys. So once we get older, it's just like that thing of trying to do that all over again. It's all downhill from there. So yeah, but we're gonna go ahead and look at a few interesting topics that. Probably just take heed to. Let me just look and see where my laptop is at. And like I said, guys, if you are in my live right now, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. Help, like I said, and make sure you hit the like on the live. It helps get it on the algorithm. Really do appreciate it. And also, still make sure you subscribe and follow me on all my other socials. So, still just pulling up everything. Okay, okay. And yeah, local brief news. Nothing too crazy. Every time I go in and try to switch over, it doesn't allow me to. Oh, let me do it for that, but not this. That's funny. That's funny. So, it's a funny article. I didn't even get a chance to like honestly read that too much. Funny. Dominic Mysterio has had a hilarious moment when he came face to face with his doppelganger last month, and Chico Toxicos dropped a new YouTube episode featuring the reigning Intercontinental Champion. During the experience, Dominic Mysterio was surprised with his first ever or dubious Piggott Swedes luxurious watch. Okay. And after receiving the gift, the WWE superstar was blindsided with a sudden appearance of his look-alike. The viral clip shows Dominic not holding back. He had give him a fuck, get him the fuck out of here. You look fucking ugly, bro. Hey yo, Dom, it's funny. See, Eva Marie admits total diva hate. Okay. WWE waiting new signing character uh direction for Lyra Valkyria before WrestleMania. That is true. Because her character and gimmick is kind of like went all over the place. I'm guessing I don't know if because of booking, but uh, on the on the other plus side, let me see. Earlier that week, they announced a multi-year partnership with Raw standout after Dude Wipes describing as it the first of its kind integration with WWE superstars that will also feature enhanced match sponsorships at major WWE events. The men's hygiene brand is expected to have a strong presence in several marquee shows, including SummerSlam 2026. Okay, Do White's previously collaborated with WWE at WrestleMania 41, where the brand sponsored Mysterio's Fatal 4-Way Intercontinental Championship match against Braun Breaker, Finn Balor, and Penta, further solidifying their ongoing partnership. Okay, alright, so okay, so that's a brand, more so a brand collaboration. If you had the news in the podcast, okay. Another big, huge article is why Chris Jericho had never showed up at WWE event. Let me see. Go ahead and see if we can get this pulled up.
Chris Jericho officially no longer a part of AEW. After 6 legendary years and becoming champion, Y2J's contract has officially expired, with explosive rumors pointing toward a shocking WWE return this Monday on Raw. Will Chris Jericho show up on Raw this Monday? Chris Jericho officially
also a huge Chris Jericho fan over the years. Um, Chris Jericho has done very awesome work as far as mic work and the ring work. He has done a very phenomenal job, to say the least. So I am kind of surprised that we um in the atmosphere of WWE. I definitely had wanted to see him, in particularly at John Cena's farewell tour. So I don't know if anybody else was like preferably on that per se. So again, it's again everything happens for literally for a reason. So that being said, let's see. Oh man, I never got a chance to watch it. One of my favorite had Cappy's reactions. I gotta end up watching it. He had one of the reaction videos to the Jurassic World but after Final Fight. So I definitely did want to probably catch that because he has funny reaction videos per se. And like I said, guys, if you are in here, please make sure you like and subscribe. Let me see. I'm about to turn this about to turn this all over around. Another one I wanted to see, it was, if I'm not mistaken, I went to definitely watch and see. Gosh, it was Logan Paul featured at the Diamond Gym. I'm probably gonna end up seeing if I wanted to catch that for the most part. So, but yeah, guys, if you are, like I said, in here, please make sure you like the live, hit the subscribe button. And again, if you are been a part of my fitness journey, then please make sure you become a Patreon member here today. And again, okay, Logan Paul has. I might actually subscribe to his channel. I'm not gonna lie. I think I was also watching Logan when he was like.
Think you can beat me in spades? Let's see you try.
I think I was first watching.
Great move.
Making vines, and before he was a YouTuber.
I have your back, partner.
Welcome back to this week's video blog. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that button. Me and Tom Brady are f***ing going at it. Mike sent me this video this morning, all right? of this wrestler, and he told me to tweet, "Can Tom Brady do this?" So I did.
Oh no!
Well, he f***ing clapped back, Mike.
Hey,
he clapped back, bro.
You know we're not playing flag gymnastics, right?
This motherfucker.
Oh, and he ratioed your ass, probably.
Oh no!
Oh,
he did. He ratioed me.
17,000 likes.
How do you roast someone who's won 7 Super Bowls?
There's a lot of things that they've told you and your brother you can't do, and by the way, you shouldn't do, and you probably shouldn't have done. But
yeah, but this was your f***ing fault, bro. I have the text. Tweet. Let's see Tom Brady do this. I just said I'll do it. I gotta show up to this f***ing flag football game.
When
I can't
is
believe
that?
it. March.
Hey, I'm gonna come to it. I want to watch that happen. I'm gonna come to it. I think we should do some podcasts there.
All right.
I really do believe that.
I have not been this excited for a weekend in forever.
Valentine's Day?
No.
Valentine's Day, you and your love get to hang out, go to a nice dinner together, and share love.
Nina and I went on a date last night. It was awesome. We made a disco in the bathroom. Check it out.
That was
Hey,
crazy.
It was before the date as well.
Wait a second. She's not here?
No, she's.
So what the f?
That's what I'm saying. We
Oh,
went on our date last
So
night.
what are we doing tonight? Are we doing Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
Gay Valentine's Day? Wait, I didn't set nothing up. All the restaurants are going to be filled up with temporary lovebirds just waiting for their divorce. All right, that was that's sorry. I grew up in a checkered home.
What does that mean?
All right, I'm gonna try
You can
that.
join the Hell Camera, man, and we can make it a family treat.
I'm really surprised. I'm kind of.
This sucker me into a workout, bro.
Prove that you ain't no f***ing, that you really work hard for this. Yeah. Yeah. That you work hard 25 24/7.
2 people that I always
Okay.
said come in here and be dogs. You and your brother. Thank you, bro.
I wasn't planning on doing a workout, dog.
I knew you weren't because they said you were coming to take a picture,
Yeah.
but in my head I said, "Hey, bro."
He was scared as shit. No, he kept saying, they texted me photo shoot. I said, Hottie.
They texted me, "Yo, we coming in. Make sure you set up for the picture." I looked at my phone and I said, "Nobody comes in Diamond Gym and just takes a picture." It goes against everything that we stand for and everything that we believe in. But shout out Prom.
we have been grinding on for the past like 5-6 months and just started to grow the wait list and build. She got 1 gold.
But with current silver price.
And silver's up.
Silver's up. Silver's up right now.
Oh, down, crack.
Silver's down. Crash.
shit.
Fuck. All right. To see it go.
I am. It's I've had it for years.
Yeah.
It's a big part of my collection.
Yeah. Nuts, bro. Congrats on the speed skating champions, bro. Holy smokes, all the way from the Netherlands. How old are you? How old are you? 18. And you've done 113,100.
It was fun and entertaining. The buyers were happy. They seemed to have an amazing experience. The card, obviously, man, $16.5 million. It's the most expensive collectible of all time. How do you even decompress from that? I'm having a hard time, like, coming back down to earth, but I have to now because we're going to Memphis, Tennessee.
How much more rich you are. All right?
Richness is not about the amount of money in your bank account. It's a
All right. And guys, like I said, if you are in, please make sure you hit that like, make sure you subscribe. Helps get it out there on the algorithm. And like I said, it really do appreciate y'all. So we're gonna probably end up seeing probably like a few more clips of nothing crazy. And let's see, we're gonna go. It's amazing how I can't get this one app to literally just sit like full screen. Like there's no in between. It has to either go one way or the other. But if anybody else out there, let me see if you how's your workout schedule being via that, and what you normally typically train during the week, or mostly train during the week. And so mine's more so dedicated to yoga, stretching, very little calisthenics, but more so oh gosh. But more so anaerobic, somewhat workouts. Do try to throw boxing drills in the midst, but it's not always guaranteed. So again, love to hear what y'all do on a normal base. So again, probably gonna go ahead and look on for another article. Sentence I probably wanted to look at and read off. CM Punk, the superstar firebacks at Tom Brady's comments coming from a place. And this is an article that was posted by WWE on Newsbreak. So from WWE more so. Article written by Ashton Caden is posted 1 day ago by the PFSN, and Tom Brady may have had a dominant NFL defense for over 2 decades, but the latest take on Logan Paul has landed him in a very different kind of spotlight. What started off as a casual remark and now sparking backlash inside WWE locker rooms, with CM Punk and several top superstars stepping in to defend one of their own. Now tensions has grown. Now tensions has grown hard to ignore. WWE CM Punk, the superstar, pushes back on Tom Brady on Logan Paul's remarks. During the exchange, Logan Paul exchanged with, as we kind of heard from on Logan's clip, I guess there was a kind of a clapback. I didn't even realize or know. So, but WWE superstar questioning the athletic comparison to NFL players. Speaking about Logan Paul potentially competing in a flag football, Tom Brady said, "I'm actually a little worried for you. You're a good athlete, but these guys are on the level." He had then added, "It's cute. I love WWE. It's very cute, but honestly, this is like real football, real competition." Okay, I can see where there could be a conflict of interest at that point. The remark came as Paul floated the idea of testing himself against professional football players, promoting Brady to double down to the physical uh, gap between sports entertainment and NFL level competition. But after these controversial comments about WWE, several WWE stars have responded and challenged Brady. The WWE Hall of Famer Mark Henry directly called out Brady for bet legging. Oh, I'm sorry. Gotta go back down to the article now. For belittling Logan Paul. Sorry. Place in pro wrestling, he said Brady referred to WWE as cute and then asked people to think about what that means. When someone from another sport disses an entire industry built on physical sacrifice and global entertainment. Free interactive tool from PFSN draft season. Okay. For those who think it's cute, it's fluffy, and it's all sweet and stuff, you can come and try. You can lace up them boots and let's watch you puke. Henry said, "Okay, so it's drawing a lot of back and forth. There's a lot of back and forth, probably per se, but there's a lot of interacting intangibles per se." Henry's tone made it clear. This wasn't friendly bantering. And whoever this was. All right. I'll have a moderator, but I just don't have time for tomfoolery. So, Henry's tone made it clear that it wasn't friendly bantering. He viewed the remarks as disrespectful towards the profession itself. The current WWE champion Drew McIntyre didn't hold back either. McIntyre said in the comment it didn't necessarily anger him, but it instead came off as ignorant. I don't get annoyed. It comes from a place of ignorance, he said. Okay. I mean, two things could be true. Because, I mean, there's no way to fake bumps, especially in WWE, and there's no way to fake a tackle or fake a broken bone or a fatal injury or anything per se. Both sports do offer those, unfortunately, those risks. And as I would love to see Tom Brady step in and see how cute he thinks this is. Okay. This response implied that Brady simply doesn't understand what it is to succeed inside a WWE ring. what performance combined elite athleticism with storytelling under constant physical risk. But Paul Heyman jab was the hardest. He essentially dismissed Brady's credentials on the matter by saying the NFL legend has spent his life throwing a football across the field, suggesting that it doesn't qualify him for judging what happens inside a wrestling ring. What happened was, sorry, it went out on me. What's Tom Brady's done? He's thrown a football across the field, and that was caught by Gronkowski. Heyman said Gronkowski deserves the credit. Belichick has his girlfriend deserves the credit, but Tom Brady, yeah. Okay, I mean, sparks a lot of controversial comments per se when it comes to like disrespect. Give or take per se on how you feel about Thea said per se. We're gonna try to see if we can get the Punk. CM Punk also took sarcastic jabs at the 7-time Super Bowl champion. He said, "What's wrong with cute? I'm cute." Remark about WWE flipping it into a personal dig. The response was brief but pointed, making it obvious that the locker room wasn't going to let the comments slide without firing back. In the end, what May had intended as a lighthearted script. All right. Scrutinizing from Tom Brady ended up being now has a snowball effect that has fully blown out locker room with responses from WWE's biggest names, with CM Punk and others stepping in to defend Logan Paul, and the physical demand of pro wrestling. The crossover conversation between the NFL and WWE has taken an unexpected tense turn. Now it no longer is just about flag football. It's about the respect between the two words built on elite performance in the various different arenas. Okay. I mean, everybody's entitled to an opinion. Everybody's entitled to an opinion, per se. Not to say that Tom Brady's is definitely kind of wrong. Again, if you know, there's been a lot of accidents that has happened in pro wrestling. A lot per se, and there's been a lot of on the field career-ending injuries that we have seen. Surprisingly, some people make it. Some people, their careers end up cutting short, unfortunately. With all that, I really couldn't even fathom like a crossover between, like, I think NFL players, when they're done per se or in a spotlight, they can go ahead and usually like cross over. With wrestling, even to an extent, because just off of longevity wise, career average per se. We're not going to say the average person. We're going to say the average athlete. So probably about the average athlete, probably, and we'll say on the NFL stats, we'll go, because quarterbacks can typically last a long time, depending on circumstances, franchises, career, franchise system, and injuries is normally the things that prolong or elongate an athlete's career in the NFL world. But sometimes when them is the transition after, so it used to be depending on who you are, you were guaranteed probably about and like I said, we're just going off an average. So an average person could probably make it 4 to 5 years. And we're just talking about staying healthy on the field, ready, no off the field issues. Completely just squeaky clean. They could probably make it 4 to 5 years, just a matter of your contract and how long that goes throughout. Again, there's probably literally easier way to transition. Most athletes that we've seen nowadays, they all turn to podcasting. They all turn to several different entities. Some have even gone to the fitness aspect too. Some things are more tangible than others. Again, once you've been an athlete, like if you go to, like I said, sports medicine side, we'll go to personal training. So you're seeking, like I said, give people better health. Podcasting is also like, one of them tangible things, depending on where your career and wherever you've been at, more so. That also plays sometimes a role, but nevertheless, like there's some things that, like I said, are tangibles. If you had, again, we're just speaking on the football side of things. If you made it to the pros, if you were locked into school, depending on where you were, you could ended up still pursuing a career outside the fact, somewhat. Maybe not a doctrinarian, maybe not like anything that garners your attention to always physically be in the office per se, but something definitely on the tangible side. Maybe you could ended up crossing over to a new realm of a new spectrum of a career per se. Side quests. We've seen how King thinks Snoop is just a exception because entertainers per se. I don't know how I can't say a wrestler is an entertainer. Somewhat to an extent, they have that entertainment ship, but they're more athletes than they are entertainers to me. So it's like the entertainment aspect. Sometimes it grows, sometimes it doesn't. Now, I don't know completely how. Again, just pulling out articles that I'm just again. I think this is from KCYC. It's about President Trump, about the.
I got a question about something big overseas today. The former Prince Andrew arrested by the police there, related to something with Jeffrey Epstein. Do you think people in this country at some point, associates of Jeffrey Epstein, will wind up in handcuffs too?
Well, I'm the expert in a way because I've been totally exonerated. That's very nice. I can actually speak about it very nicely. I think it's a shame. I think it's very sad. I think it's so bad for the royal family. It's a very, very sad. To me, it's a very sad thing. When I see that, it's a very sad thing to see it and to see what's going on with his brother, who's obviously coming to our country very soon, and he's a fantastic man, the king. So I think it's a very sad thing.
I think it's a very sad thing. Just think it's a very, very sad thing. Like I said, guys, if you are in here, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. Just please make sure you hit the subscribe. Right, let's see. We're gonna also see. Here's a controversial topic of conversation. It was about a teacher fired over a rap career. And now she's also with a Defiant music video featuring her former students. Now, granted, I am not one to always, I can't see, because what somebody does on their social media is what they do on their social media. I can't really say that I'm the person that likes to not engage or not make people aware, but there's one thing if you're telling the truth. There's one thing if you're just trying to find a reason, per se. Now, rapping is a hobby. Once you transform that into a career, that's a whole another retrospective, but that's your own set of income. Now, if what you do inside of my industry is what you do inside of my industry, as long as you're performing and making sure that there's absolutely no dissatisfaction in customer service or anything else in between that borderline, I couldn't say that I would literally want to fire a person because they had a following of people that listen to their art, their music, and this is the reason why I gotta lay you off. Nah, that's literally somebody's free will, and if they have put in the time and the work into their craft, you gotta let them be. And I hope that really she was compensated because I couldn't see that being a reasonable reasonable reason to lay off somebody. But I'm gonna get into the article. I just wanted to give a little five cents change of opinion. So Dominique Brown, a former U.S. teacher, history teacher at Taylor Prep High School with 7 years of classroom experience, is speaking out after being fired over her rap career outside the school hours. Brown, who recently been recognized as a Teacher of the Month, became the subject of controversy after an anonymous parent filed a complaint about her pursuing music while off the clock. According to Brown, the school launched an internal review the last several months involving multiple meetings about her personal activities. Despite the extended review process, Brown says she was ultimately terminated without ever receiving the complaint in writing, leaving her frustrated and seeking her own way to respond. Instead of staying silent, Brown turned to her music. She released a video of her song Drippin' 101, which featured appearances from some of her former students. The video serves as both a creative statement and a show of continued support from those she once taught. The situation has sparked controversy about educators' rights to maintain personal careers outside the classroom, particularly in creative fields like music. Brown's response through her art highlights the growing interaction between professionals like expression and raises questions about where schools draw the line. That honestly should have definitely drew a line. That honestly did. And yeah, she's a teacher from Detroit. And you launched an entire the several months that she did. What was the reason? I'm just trying to figure out eternally, like, what was the reason? If she wasn't, like, criticizing the school, bad-mouthing the school, or defaming or defamation of the school, I don't think there was a reason of firing. And at that point, you had to compensate her for pain and suffering for no unillogical reason of having to let her go at that point. think there's a brief 2 minutes on it, so I could probably play this for
Back in the fall, Dominique Brown earned Teacher of the Month honors, and then but it wasn't about anything she did in the classroom. She says a parent complained about her rap career, which was off the clock. By now, Drippin' Honey's music video, Drippin' 101, has been seen by tens of thousands across numerous social media platforms. And it combines two of her passions, rapping and some of the students she's taught. That's right, a U.S. history teacher who's moonlighting as a rapper. But last month, she was forced out of her teaching job, and it started with a parent's complaint.
That's when the first meeting was with my dean and the principal, and they were just telling me like, hey, a parent said that they seen your social media and that you're a Black influence because you're a rapper.
Drippin' Honey's real name is Dominique Brown. She says that the parent continued to complain even though the educator was named Teacher of the Month. Despite asking for a complaint in writing, Dominique says she never received it. And Dominique believes that she was discriminated against.
I was like, hey, well, can we tell that parent to come in and see professionalism, see me in the classroom, see me after school, see me at all the games, see me dropping kids off every day, buying food, doing all these things. Can they come see me in my element before they try to say I'm unprofessional in it?
Was there at any point anything that was brought up that said your rap career may have, the lyrics that you used may have been a bad influence on some of the students that you had?
Well, the parents would just stay anonymous, and she didn't really give too much detail on what she did or didn't like, and the school didn't give me too much detail either. Music is part of the culture. We from Motown. This is what we do. So it's not like it's unheard of. It's the culture. And when you look like me, you just understand it a little more better that it's not that I'm trying to deter these kids from stopping their dreams.
In a statement, a spokesperson for Taylor Preparatory High School, which is a charter school, said they're aware of Brown's allegations, but student and employee privacy rights limit what they can say. The statement went on to say, quote, student well-being remains at the forefront of everything we do, and we will continue fostering a distraction-free teaching and learning environment focused on student success.
If I was a horrible teacher, y'all would have dropped me the day it was a problem.
Did you ever feel that they were transparent enough for you?
Absolutely not.
If there ever was an opportunity, and Taylor said, hey, look.
Not for nothing. Very distasteful. Very unprofessional by the school. And like I said, Ms. Dominique Brown, I really do hope you get your just due. Very, very unfair. Very unfair from a school you were 7 years with. And I didn't get the chance to read this article. I remember hearing about this probably about maybe like a month or so ago. And I never got a chance to fully like deep dive into it. This is like me literally doing this on a live. So literally the fact that you're protecting students' well-being and you know what, controversially, you look at the schools, you look at the infrastructure and how, and sometimes how they were all formed, and literally it's the same bigotry of belief and non-compliance to certain compliances that put in. And literally, I'm pretty sure everybody heard it. This is what something that she did outside of the school. Nothing during her time, on the clock, or anything. And for that, I applaud you for making the clapback video and doing your thing and keep doing your thing, because unfairly fired for pursuing a career outside of school, outside of your business, is completely redundant. So we're giving her a hand clap, because I'm hoping that she makes it in both career and as a teacher, hopefully in somewhere that respectfully respects her privacy and will at least give her the leniency to hear her word out. I don't feel any infrastructure of that needs to go ahead and needs to do a highly investigation, because there's several, it's a controversial thing, but there's several people who go underneath the radar because of who they know. And literally unfairly, they might get hired before somebody else who's qualified or might need said position or said job. So, like I said, shout out to her. Hopefully, in everything that she does, it becomes success and golden like how she is. Golden Honey is her name on her social media. So I'm gonna get to my next article in just 1 second. I'm just posting that for everybody to see. And also, like I said, if you are here, please make sure you subscribe, and also make sure you subscribe to all of my other social media platforms, via Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Thread, and Instagram. And please also become part of my Patreon community. So I'll probably get to another article in just a second. So I'm kind of getting hungry now. Let's see. Any Pokemon? I haven't played Pokemon in so long. I know one of my friends was always playing. He was always playing Pokemon Go, especially during like the COVID time. Per se, I don't know how it was for anybody else in particularly, but I wasn't really a big Pokemon fan. I was more of a Jurassic Park player, or even like COD mobile player also as well. Probably gonna get off here and probably play for a little bit. Honestly, I'll probably end up like doing another live stream probably later on. But I'm gonna just go ahead and go to another article. This was made also 2 days ago. It's an opinion, probably per se. Written by Kenben Anthony. Title of the article is MVP calls out infamous WWE WrestleMania promo as overly racist. AEW MVP calls out infamous WWE WrestleMania storyline as overly racist while discussing the need to eliminate racist characters from the modern day wrestling. Speaking on a recent episode of his Marking Out podcast, former WWE and current AEW star Montel Vatavius Porter, also known as MVP, discussed which cheap heat topics wrestlers should avoid on the mic to prevent damaging their career, their characters, or real life locker room issues. So MVP noticed that the racist characters are not good for wrestling anymore, talking about the need to eliminate such characters from the modern day wrestling. He cited that infamous Triple H and Booker T feud heading into WrestleMania 19 as a case of overtent racism. The rivalry featured a promo segment which the Game told Booker T that the people like him doesn't deserve to be world champion. The segment caused quite an uproar among fans. I think racist characters now, they're not good for you. MVP said, and people know I always go in on Triple H and how I don't like him or respect him. But if it's look at the promo that he cut on Booker T going into WrestleMania, that was overtent racism. And it definitely was. I don't know why anybody would, especially in the modern day times, would want to present their characters as an overtent racist. I don't know what that does for you, especially in these modern times. in terms of heat, when we all know it's entertainment, it makes me wonder what motivates. I don't know. I don't think that doesn't go well. The former WWE star said. They'll probably play the clip in a minute. While appearing on stage at WWE World last year, Booker T retaliated that he never lost any sleep over not winning at WrestleMania 19 match against Triple H. He said he still considered it a personal victory because of what he overcame in his life. You know what? A lot of people, so many people, a lot of office guys told me, man, you should have won that night. You know what I mean? And with that angle, yeah, perhaps I should have won. But that night, WWE Legend explained. But honestly, I really lost any sleep over it or anything like that. It always looked at wrestling a certain way. I always looked at it as a performance. I left everything in the ring that night. I went out, performed my ass off. I didn't win, but I still won because I'm a kid. I'm a kid from South Park, Texas, who dropped out of school in the 10th grade and went to prison. All right, got locked up, came out and found myself at a main event at WrestleMania. All right, that's a win. That's a win. Any way you look at it, that's a win. WWE Hall of Famer said. Now, we're going to probably just hear from MVP himself on how he felt on that tape. And I'll give my two.
All right, let's go. Hot take.
Hot take. Okay. Between Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker, who is the better big match performer?
Belts make your bag heavy. If you ain't getting paid extra to be the champion, belts make your bag heavy. Who's right? Who's wrong? Put it in the comments and let's hear your thoughts.
Y'all better agree with me, or I will.
I'm gonna probably get to that in a segment, but going from the climate of where we used to be, I'm not sure if anybody was ever probably too familiar or even was even relatively know of the history per se back then, especially during the territory years back then in original wrestling. But there was a huge amount of bigotry of racism going towards certain black characters or entertainers or wrestlers at that point. Predominantly because it was always kind of like the same fiasco, and especially around that time, it was harder for wrestlers because of still dealing around the segregation times. And even so, at the segregation, it was still a very, very not easy thing to get into or even to be accepted. So I can see how one person will feel looking at the angle and seeing where it's at in the climate of today's time and seeing how you can say it's distasteful, and how I can see if you're going to say, and because he included, the thing is with that, at least he already stated he personally doesn't like one certain character and one certain person of where they were and how they were. So I'm not mad, of his opinion. It's, I guess you could say, because the fact that it happened I think it was 2003. So if it happened 2003, and we're still kind of talking about it to this day, because it's one of them outlines of wrestling that still kind of like didn't like really pave the way, or it never like really gave its grandeur, for the most part. So that's kind of like where it kind of like left more so a sour taste in MVP's taste for the quality. And I understand, because just coming from and looking at where it was, me as a fan back then, I didn't understand. But me looking at it as an adult now, I look at it and it's kind of cringeworthy. But this was the material that they were still kind of putting out and still have put out somewhat still of the, I can't say of recent years, but there hasn't really honestly been too much net positively when coming from that type of product per se, and coming from a person of skin color or just non-Caucasian. It's like I said, it's very distasteful, very discrediting, and very disinformative. But to even hear from Booker T from where he was at in his lifetime, to hear the overcoming all of the bad decisions and making it to the stage where nobody expected you to be, it does make it so kind of like disheartening that the fact that he didn't win. He did win. I think it was 3 years, maybe 3 or 4 years later, depending on time frame of when he got to WWE and when the match happened and when he won the World Heavyweight Championship. Booker T is definitely one of the more prominent Hall of Famers that I can inducively agree and say that he represented for the culture well. In his grandeur, again, dealing with a company to where your boss is allowed to even say, just to say the friendly term of a derogatory term is on live television is again another example of disgrace, of distasteful, distasteful, and I have to say it again with emphasis, a distasteful product. But when you're $1 million company, and again, the money aspect of depending on where you also look at certain things will get swept under the rug per se. And again, there's controversially a lot of that stuff that still goes on in most major companies still to this day. And it's only something that's I can't say that it's in other countries with, because I'm not in other countries, or to follow, like I said, certain said countries. I know that it does predominantly still happens in other countries unless I'm socially aware. But in America, there is honestly a huge vast, rather if it's discriminatory, racist, or even bias, really biasness opinions of people that have closed-minded thoughts or closed-minded thought processing, and because of where they are, they don't really see anything else as being accepted. So that's just to where you got to use your platform and let them be aware, because then they also deem the light and say, well, I didn't know. And the thing about ignorance is that it's bliss. And when you still choose not to know, it's still a thing of ignorance, which is when they had indoctrinated that word per se that always kept saying throughout history, which again, do not need to say the N hard ER. So again, if we go throughout history, and for what I can say, being in a country that's predominantly on it, it's never went away. So it's the unfortunate thing. And again, kind of glad, like I said, one thing about MVP, from podcasts and interviews, from what I've seen, I've never seen him hold back on a thought process, or even, like I said, just to go on a tangent to speaking your mind. I've never heard him bad mouth or not say anything distruthful. So I am about to push this article. out here real fast, so I'm probably about to find another one in the next few minutes. Alright. I'm not about to get hit with copyrights from anybody. So, but again, guys, also again, I said throughout the live, please also make sure you hit the like and also make sure you subscribe also too. Like I said, I'm trying to get more of an outreach. So, and this will encourage me also too. So definitely hit the like and definitely subscribe. So lets me know that you're also engaging and also liking when I go live like this. So I really do appreciate it. So, but I'm probably definitely most likely taking it down for right now. But I will be going live most likely later on. I will be sharing my I'll be doing my Patreon promotion. So please make sure if you are like I said, if you are here now, be in tune for my Patreon promoting. I will be promoting my Patreon page, which is a heavy abundance of my fitness content throughout the years. Again, it's only exclusive content, more so for everybody that has been Patreon, that has followed me throughout the Frank Greatness journey the last 12 years. And again, if you are needing of a workout partner, then please make sure you go to my FitTune channel. It is also in my link on my bio. And please make sure you follow me on all of my social media platforms. And I will probably be, like I said, doing more live segments like these for a pop-up if you are liking liking them, then like I said, hit the like and subscribe. And like I said, it helps push out the content more and more. And I will get back with you guys on another time frame, and then take it easy.